Hi, Internet. I'm John Appleseed. Let's get caught up on connections. This is the archive section of the New York Times Games website. These gray squares are connections puzzles I haven't done yet. So let's do 3 days worth here, and I think that'll make a fun video, at least for me. I like to do connections from time to time, but I kind of like to save them up and do them in a bunch. Our words today, and we need to find 4 categories here, with each category containing 4 words. So find connections between the words or concepts depicted here. And the words we have to work with are needless, myrrh, backstreet, tea set, NSYNC, sage, flyby, nag champa, mint, byway, bug fix, rhythm, forest, lane, hunter, and alley. Nag champa is not something I know what that is. Sounds maybe like a Star Wars character. Needless. Did I say needles or needless? Needless. It's needless. Something is needless. It is not needed. I'm not sure. Myrrh, things that are scented or fragrant. Myrrh and sage. Mint. There might be another one here, but I'm not seeing that. Okay. We've got Backstreet and NSYNC. We've got boy bands. Backstreet Boys. We need to add something to Backstreet, but NSYNC is by itself, so I think that may not be right. And I'm not seeing any others, unless maybe Nag Champa is a boy band. Tea set. Tea set. What goes with tea set? No. NSYNC. Something to do with the letter Y here. I'm not sure about that. Sage can mean wise. Sage is an herb like mint. I like myrrh, sage, and mint, but what else is fragrant? A forest? Yes, but not really. Sage can also mean wise. I think I said that. Sage green, hunter green, forest green, and mint green. Maybe these are shades of green. Yes, okay. NSYNC, I thought about flyby. Flyby. Not seeing anything that would go with that. Don't know what Nag Champa is. So myrrh, if we're not looking, myrrh and rhythm have silent H's as well as R's and Y's. See any other thing like that? Not really. Okay. Byway is a small street, kind of like a lane, an alley, small passageway, small thoroughfare, and a back street. Yeah, okay, small thoroughfare. Road less traveled. I like that. Bug fix. Fly by. We've got bug and fly here. Tease is to bug, to, well, I was going to say tease and bug could be synonyms, but not fly. Okay. Forget I said that. And Nag Champa. We spell this backwards or remove a letter. Do we get anything? We've got PA at the end, the abbreviation for Pennsylvania. These all contain the letter Y, pronounced differently in each case. That's kind of stretching it, but I don't really see anything else. Let's try that. Y is the only vowel. Okay, yeah, I like that kind of better than Y pronounced 4 different ways. Yeah, I'm going to give myself credit for that. Then, okay, we got to needle, to bug, to tease, and to nag. So the first part of all of these is a word for to annoy someone. Synonyms for pester. All right, let's see how the bot... I thought this one was kind of difficult. Maybe 4 out of 5 for difficulty. 5 out of 5 for difficulty. Okay, it wasn't more difficult than your typical puzzle. We got it with no mistakes, as did 17% of people, but 44% of people were unable to do it in the allotted 4 guesses. 95 out of 99, you have to do it in reverse order of difficulty. Find the categories in reverse order of difficulty in order to get a perfect 99. So that rarely happens for me. Shades of Green, 18% of people found that one first. Other people got the roads. Yeah, that's probably easier to figure out. Why is the only vowel in synonyms for pester? 7% of people found that one first. That's surprising to me. People put Nagjampa as a possible aromatic. Yeah, not know what it is. It sounds like it could be some kind of herb, I guess. 2-word phrases. Forest as a scent. I was almost ready to guess that, but couldn't quite justify it in my mind. Odd spellings, yes, and side roads. A flyby, yeah, flyover. There we go. Okay, let's go back and let's do Tuesday the 4th. Winaloo creates all of these puzzles. This is a fun category matching game. Our words today are cigarette, peace sign, piano, taxicab, chevron, unicycle, pigeon, pool noodle, sewing machine, angle bracket, pretzel rod, bodega, subway station, foam roller, swan boat, and goose formation. All right, geese fly in V, and chevrons are V-shaped. The peace sign, 2 fingers up, could be a V shape, or also V for victory. What else looks like a V? An angle bracket could be a V-shaped piece of metal. Let's try this. Things that are shaped like V's. Yes, okay, and that was purple first, so we've got a chance of getting a perfect 99. Foam roller, a pretzel rod, and a pool noodle are all kind of long cylindrical shaped things like a cigarette. I think that might be one, but that might be yellow or green. Let me see if I can figure out what the blue category is going to be. That's probably not worth it. Let's just guess this. Long cylindrical things. Okay, sewing machine and piano. It seems like they kind of go together, but I'm not quite sure how. You use your fingers on them, I guess. Pigeon, subway station, taxi cab, swan boat. Are these just methods of transportation? I don't really like that. What would the other things be? Sewing machine, piano, pigeon, and bodega. Bodega, subway station, taxi cab, things you would find in New York. Do they have swan boats maybe in Central Park or something? I'm not familiar with that, but... And what is sewing machine, piano, unicycle, and pigeon? Let's try this. No. It is one away, though. Okay, pigeons are associated with New York, I guess. Iconic New York City sites. So, sewing machine, piano, swan boat, and unicycle. Oh, swan boat, that's probably one of those boats that you sit and you pedal in. So these are all things that have pedals. Sewing machines have pedals. Unicycles obviously do. Okay, things with pedals. There we go. Should have gotten that one, but I didn't. So one incorrect guess here. Let's check out the bot. Maybe 3 out of 5, I think. 2 out of 5 for difficulty. I had one guess. 20% got that. 39% of people were able to get it with no incorrect guesses. Only a 90 out of 99 because we got an incorrect. V-shaped things came first for me and 46% of people. Let's see what the incorrect guesses were. I had modes of travel. Didn't I make that guess? No, I put swan boat with New York City, but I was thinking of this. Pretzel rod is V-shaped things, maybe. V-shaped object for swan boat. Pedal-operated taxi cab. Yeah, they're probably thinking of those pedal cabs that you see in some cities. Okay, let's do Wednesday, and that'll be it for this video. We'll be all caught up. August the 5th. Okay, Lucky Mission Ranch Cattle Wrangler Investment, Gap, Steer, Broth, Pilot, Cape Cod, Merchandise, Drive, Diesel, Tutor, and Maneuver. So I know Cape Cod is a kind of house, as is Tutor. Ranch is a kind of house. Mission is a style of house, I think. Let's try that. Mission architecture. Yes. All right. Wrangler, a brand of jeans. Or do cattle and Wrangler go together somehow? Cattle Drive? Cattle. No. What about investment? Investment, no. Gap. Lots of things Gap can go with. Gap jeans and Wrangler jeans. I'm not sure about that. Does Steer and cattle and Wrangler go together somehow? Maybe Steer and Pilot going together. Steer, Pilot, Maneuver, and Drive. Yeah, controlling a vehicle of some sort. Navigate, yes. Broth. If we add a couple letters, we get brother. Does that play anywhere else? Nope. Or Roth IRA. Not sure what broth is doing there. Chicken broth. What else? What goes with broth? Beef broth, vegetable broth. Wrangler. Lucky Charms. Lucky Duck. Lucky Horseshoe. Lucky Chance. Merchandise. Trying to look at the removing letters from some of these or something, seeing if that gives us anything in common. Merchandise, investment. Diesel. Cattle and Gap. Wow, I'm not seeing this one at all. Diesel engine. Gap year. Cattle drive. Cattle car. Cattle guard. Cattle crossing. Cat is here. Cat die. All right, let's, I think I might have to concede defeat here. Beef broth, beef Wrangler, cattle, and Gap. I don't think these go together. No. We had merchandise and investment, maybe. Does that give us anything? That is one away. Okay, so I'm going to take one more guess. It's kind of informed by this. But I'm still not seeing it. Let's see here. That's one away too, but I think that's all my guesses. All right, so I completely failed on this one. Let's find out what it was. It was jeans brand. What stock might refer to? Oh, I kind of didn't quite think of that. Let me see that again. Okay, so Gap and Wrangler I've heard of as jeans brand. Diesel and Lucky, just didn't know that they were brands of jeans. Stock and cattle. Yeah, maybe if I'd thought a little bit more about what other things, what's synonyms for broth. I was thinking of words that go with broth, but if I thought about synonyms, that might have gotten me to stock, especially with investment there. All right, I feel like this one was probably not as difficult as I found it, so maybe 3 out of 5. Yeah, 3 out of 5, 35% of people were able to get it, but I was in a large group of 32% of people who were unable to solve it. Only 1 in 1 million players made the exact same guesses as me. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Navigate came first for most people. I found house styles first, which was 28% of people. And then these last two categories, I just did not know those. All right. Well, that was a good way to spend a few minutes, even though I didn't do very well today. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please come back for more puzzles and games, and I'll see you next time.